Welcome to InThisCornerTV.com. I'm Smitty with Nonito Donaire, the Filipino Flash, the third-round knockout over Manuel Vargas at the Hilton. Congratulations.
Thank you, but apparently you still can't look at me in the eyes a little bit, you know, but...
What he's referring to is we did an entire show with Nonito last week, and he got on his hands and knees and serenaded me. That's coming out not only on our show, but it'll also be on YouTube, and you're going to have a lot of explaining to do.
It was fun. It was something I really enjoyed, and...
Well, it'll be out. Let's talk about, first, before we get to this fight, the fact that there was an opponent change for you. Supposed to be Guerrero. It ended up being Vargas. Did that affect you at all?
It did, and you saw it from the first and second round. I was so stiff, you know. I have a game plan different in my head, but at the same time, I was so used to having my opponent change in the early of my career. I mean, I have to bring that back out. It took the third round for my coach, Jonathan, and Robert, to make me realize, you know, you got this. You know, just relax, do your thing, and that's what I did. I did what I had to do, and you know, I used my power, and people know that I got a lot of power.
Well, yeah, they certainly do, and now a guy named Vargas knows it. What did you see in those first couple of rounds that would eventually set up the beautiful left uppercut that would knock him out in round 3?
Well, you know, in our interview before, I like to figure my opponent out, figure his distance, and figure where their body position is. And when I looked at it, the first round was kind of slow because I was trying to counter his jab. You know, because he gave me an opening for it, and he landed a few times, but he wouldn't dare throw it often. But one thing that I figured out when I jab, you know, or when I move forward, he'll drop his head like a turtle shell, you know, with his body protected. So I figured that in the third round that if I move around him, give him angles, he'll follow me around, but he wouldn't know where I'm at. So that's what I did. I moved side to side. Every time I went to the left, I would punch to go to the right. And when I go to the right, he would think that I was in the left. So that's vice versa. You know, when I was on the right, he thought that I was on the left. So I figured him out that way. And every time that he turned around, knowing that his weight was forward, I would land with the right, and most of all with an uppercut.
That was a beautiful left uppercut that got the job done. I was looking forward to seeing some of the things you had worked on, and we had watched you work on switching to southpaw and other nuances. But hey, I guess you'll take this.
Well, the thing was, the guy was he'll throw bolos, you know, and those are dangerous punches, you know. And I didn't want to take a risk, knowing that I'm the main event. A lot of people showed up, and you know.
You were very emotional when we spoke to you last week about a number of reasons, and you explained on air, and we'll show the folks all this when our show comes out with Nonito, our television show. But you were very emotional about, you know, different reasons that you had been fighting and doing a lot of fighting for your father. Are you comfortable or getting comfortable now in your own skin that you're fighting for the right reasons? Boy, you look like a fighter who's fighting for the right reasons.
This time, I still felt like I needed more ingredients to make me a warrior. I went in there and I still had doubts or cautiousness. You know, I was thinking too much still. That's what got me to be stiff in the first, second round. But I'm working on just bringing that fire back in me, and that courage and that bravery. And I'm thankful that God, you know, provided me with a lot of that ingredients throughout. But I know I still need a lot more ingredients to make things happen and to go in there and just destroy my opponent.
What about the weight? Will this be your last fight at 115 pounds?
Well, you know, I felt really sluggish getting to the scales. Definitely my body's growing. But I said if there's going to be a big fight at 115, I'm willing to stay, but only for this year. Montiel did a great fight. I have a great respect for the man. He's a great fighter, great champion, and we both talked about this, that we both want to fight each other.
That would be a good one. Of course, the fans, you got to mention the name of Vic Darchinyan. If he's watching this broadcast, you got a message to Vic?
He's just gonna be lost. That's all. Like the first time he said he don't know. He feel that he was down, but he wasn't hurt, and I think that's how he feels even till this day.
And you know, one other thing, Manny Pacquiao was in the crowd watching tonight. Was that any added pressure for you? Feel good to have the Pac-Man there?
No, actually, you know, in my head I didn't think about it. You know, it was weird. It was weird because, you know, maybe like I was saying before, I usually feel the crowd. I usually hear everything. And I just keep telling myself that, you know, this is my fight. I'm just going to do it. But it's a great pleasure and an honor for him to be in my fight. And I thank him for that.
Now you got a little time off. Now, when will you be back in the ring?
I want to be back as soon as possible. I didn't get hit at all this fight. My hand, it should heal by 2 days, 3 days. It's just bruised, but I should be good.
And I've made a call. I put in a call to John Bon Jovi. I'll be in the second row of the concert coming up at the MGM Grand. And based on that serenade you did of me, maybe we can get you to be the opening act for Bon Jovi on that concert.
I'll go, it's my life, it's now or never. Right.
There he is, the the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, one of the top fighters in the world today. So long, boxing fans.
Thank you, guys.